Hey, what's up, guys? Senzu MMA. This is right after. I know this is soon after I posted my analysis video of this, my immediate reactions, but I've done a lot of thinking since then, the past few hours, and I want to talk about the main event more and what worked for Carlos Prates against Jack Della Maddalena, because I was originally very like kind of mad that Jack lost because I'm a big fan of Bedtime and I like JDM, I like his style, but I want to do a little bit of a stylistic breakdown on Carlos Prates, how he beat Jack, and how I think he would do against top contenders, against Islam and other top contenders. Like basically Islam and Morales is who I'm really talking about. And I think and how his fight with Yangari in 5 rounds might be different as well. Um, First off, I want to talk about their style. Jack was a boxer, was a Muay Thai fighter, and the thing that Jack was doing was he had a super duper high guard. He was kind of walking forward, not as much lateral movement, and that's why Carlos was able to abuse the kick, especially the body and into the leg, because Jack obviously can't see me right now, but he had his hands super high, right? And in boxing, it's good because you're only really getting hit there, maybe a little bit of the body. But your kicks, you have to lower your hand, you have to get here and to catch the kicks. And Carlos was abusing that style and being able to blast those kicks. Jack also wasn't very aggressive. Carlos was more aggressive, right? I think that, and the thing is about Jack, and the thing about that fight that really makes me angry is that Jack was able to take those shots, okay? To the face. He was able to take knees to the face that would chin every fighter in the division pretty much, right? He was able to take those shots, take many of those shots, but he couldn't. But he just didn't pressure, and so it ended up like the leg kick TKO'd. But I think that with Carlos, I think he did a great job of that, and I think he did outstrike JDM with punches and kicks. And I think JDM's guard was too high, and he did not use his uh, pressure and volume as much as he could, as much as he should have. I just think the Islam loss could have messed with him a little bit, but I don't know. Um, and now let's see how Jack Della Maddalena does against Islam Makhachev. Just want to pull up a quick picture because just to give you guys a visual. I think he loses to Islam. I think I'll say this. He's a harder fight for Islam than Jack because he possesses that touch of death, right? That touch of death, that power. He doesn't have JDM's chin. Islam's chin is suspect. He got knocked out. He's been rocked by Volk. He just hasn't fixed a stiff jab from Volk. Like if Carlos Prates were able to hit him with a clean knee, like he did to JDM, he would drop Islam and probably finish him. But that's an if. Islam is a really solid defensive striker, and with the grappling, it's a completely different level. If he takes Carlos Prates down, Carlos Prates isn't gonna get up. He got taken down by JDM, okay, and look at what Islam did to JDM. That was bad, but I think that Islam's be a lot more tentative on the feet with him, and I think Carlos Prates with his he has a big he's side advantage, but he also has a big reach advantage, and I think using that to kind of scare Islam a little bit could work, but I don't think he will. I think he'll do very well, but I think he will lose. I think he will lose, and against Morales, I think he'll win. Actually, I think he beats Michael Morales because first of all, they both got pretty good chins. I mean, they're both like, and when it comes to power, they're both extremely powerful. But Carlos Prates is just a better technical striker. He's just a better technical striker. I mean, when you look at their performances, I rewatched in preparation to rewatch his fight with Sean Brady for this video, and he didn't look as clean against Sean Brady, and he didn't put on the master class or didn't do it as well as Carlos Prates did against a harder stylistic opponent, considering that was Sean Brady. He'd already hurt him, and Sean Brady's striking isn't the best, and he had the reach and power advantage. And I think Carlos Prates is just better than him in every aspect when it comes to the striking. And this is basically just only talking about the striking. I believe Carlos Prates is better than him at every aspect of the striking. And when it comes to an Ian Gary rematch, I'm just gonna let's go Ian Gary. Just give you guys a visual. I think Ian Gary still beats him. All right. I think it'll be closer. And I think Carlos could chin him, especially if it's 5 rounds. I think Carlos could knock him out, but I just don't see it as the most likely outcome because I think Ian Gary really utilized that wrestling, and he's not wrestling Islam or anything like that, but he's a good wrestler and his striking is able to hold up. And he's got a decent chin, but I do think if he gets hit with shots like that, he will be going out. So yeah, I think one of Carlos Prates' best weapons is that straight punch that he has. He doesn't really throw looping hooks that much. He just kind of throws straight. You saw JDM had a high guard. Prates was able to punch right through the guard. He got good knees, good elbows, and leg kicks are very good as well. He puts a lot of weight behind them. He steps, puts a lot of weight behind those leg kicks. Right, and so I think he's rangy, but he's not. I actually think that out of the entire division, I think he has the best puncher's chance out of everyone to beat Islam Makhachev. I say puncher's chance because I know if he hits Islam with any of those shots, Islam's going down. But it's a big if with wrestling and Islam's defensive striking. And Islam's going to be super wrestle heavy in all these fights, 100% sure. Islam is going to be incredibly wrestle heavy in all these fights, because he knows he can't afford to strike and get hit. Ian Gary can afford to strike, but not against a power puncher. All right, so this was just a quick video I wanted to make on Carlos Prates' style and how I think he fares against welterweight. And if he can become champ, but I think he's not a chance. I think he's the 3rd best welterweight in the world right now, which would make sense when you look at the rankings. Come Monday, I believe he'll be put at number 2. They'll put Ian Gary above him probably, but I think that if anyone has a chance to beat Islam Makhachev, like a puncher's chance, it is Carlos Prates. But what worries me is how he got taken down by JDM easily. He defended the takedowns well later on. I think he didn't really kind of caught him off guard before, but that is a little freaky. You can't do that against Islam. So honestly, if I were him, I would just drill the shit out of submission defense. Because I don't know if in a camp he'll be able to get up, especially his long ass legs. That's just a wrestler's delight. But I do think that he will be able to. That if he lands those shots on Islam with those knees and those elbows, that Islam is going down. I don't think Islam could take that. I don't think Islam's chin is not nearly as good as JDM's. He has a somewhat suspect chin. He's been rocked by straights, by Volk. So yeah, anyways, sorry, this is going to be my last video for today. I just really want to get this off my mind because I rewatched parts of the JDM fight, Carlos Prates, and it kind of made me realize that he is a serious problem in this division, and that he's improved drastically since the Ian Gary fight, before the JDM fight, before this fight, I always kind of thought he was a little bit of a power merchant, but after seeing this, he outstruck JDM in a technical striking match. It wasn't just the power. He blatantly did a lot better than him. So he's been improving a lot throughout his tenure in the welterweight division, especially ever since the Ian Gary fight. This is a video I want to make. See you guys later. Also, I'm not too salty about Carlos winning. I think I was pretty sad seeing JDM like that, but it is what it is, and Carlos Prates is also one of my favorite fighters in the division. So I'm not too mad. Actually, I'm not mad at all. I'm not happy. I'm just kind of neutral about it. But I will be happy if he beats Islam, has a fun, exciting knockout, or whatever. That being said, Ilya Taporia, Mr. Orr himself, still chins Prates. Or just wrestle fucks him. Anyways, see you fellas.